We love the Hackverse.
Hacka.
Drowned in a hot tub. Ha 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 ha. Friend star Matthew Perry dead at 54 after apparent drowning. TMZ picked this up. Kevin is getting insane publicity right now by TMZ.
Wow.
It's insane. What is happening?
He's finally made it, sir.
He's made it. Kevin, you're doing it. You can write this down as another credit. It's fantastic. Look at this. It says Kevin Brennan, ex-SNL writer, mocks Perry death. Ha, 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 ha. Now, the other thing that's interesting is that they don't say who wrote this article, but whoever wrote this article is not a Kevin Brennan fan and knew exactly how to push his buttons. Kevin Brennan, a former SNL writer and comedian, is making light of Matthew Perry's passing in a real ugly way, which may speak to why he isn't more successful in showbiz. Kevin, who had a 2-year stint writing for Fame's sketch comedy show way back when, and who was once a rising comic in New York, took to Twitter this weekend after news of Perry's death broke and posted an incredibly insensitive message mocking the late Friends actor. Drowned in a hot tub. Ha 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 ha. That was the tweet he wrote. This while linking back to the TMZ story. The tweet wasn't viewed by many people. Kevin Brennan only has about 5,900 followers, or so any. But it certainly left a bad taste in the mouths of folks who did see it, with many calling him out in the comments and bashing him for making a joke out of it. That is, actually, I saw that Cardiff had about 62 likes on his, basically calling Kevin Brennan out for being very lazy at not writing a joke.
Yes. And also being a sir. I believe. Sorry.
Yes, I agree. You know, Kevin could have turned that into a joke had he simply replaced the ha 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 with an LOL.
Oh, that would have been fantastic. Yes, like a little man with his arms raised.
Yes.
For help, like those, like those drowning signs.
Exactly.
You are very clever, OJ. Much more clever than Kevin Brennan.
Apparently.
But yes, Cardiff had the, from what I saw, he had the comment with the most likes, calling Kevin Brennan out for being lazy at his joke writing. And what else, Ralph?
I believe also a
Oh, yes, he was calling him a fantastic.
A jealous cunt. Apologies, Mr. Cardiff.
While Kevin isn't nearly as relevant as he was in the 90s and early 2000s, he still has a famous connection to mainstream Hollywood through his younger brother, Neil Brennan. Yay! From whom he's estranged. Neil, of course, is the co-creator and writer of Chappelle's Show. Oh, yay! Neil is coming to the rescue. This is like Goofus and Gallant. Neil is the good kid, and Kevin is the bad kid. Neil and Kevin had a falling out years ago, and the younger sibling went on to forge a solid path for himself. Neil's written for tons of shows and even had his own Netflix comedy special now, whereas Kevin hosts a pretty obscure podcast and does gigs here and there. Whoa! Hacka.
What's the definition of here and there, sir?
I guess once a year? Because, like, Kevin really hasn't done a stand-up show in probably close to a year because he started all this live streaming and super chatting right around November, right?
He did go play poker, sir.
Oh, that's true. He did go play poker. Is that a gig? Was that a gig?
No.
All right, let me read that last part again. Whereas Kevin hosts a pretty obscure podcast and does gigs here and there.
Why did you read that part again, sir? Did you really want to pound that point home, sir?
Yes. It bears repeating. And that's what they said in the article. It bears repeating. Neil is not close to Kevin. So please let us all protect Neil. TMZ is very much going out of their way to protect Neil and talk about how much they like Neil. Neil is not close to Kevin. And based on interviews Neil Brennan has done of late, where he was asked about his relationship with Kevin, you can tell it's a sensitive topic. Based on his reaction to Perry alone, you'll see their past personalities are very different. So, of course, Kevin's crude remarks here are in no way a reflection of Neil. Jesus Christ, TMZ's really, really trying to prove that these are two separate people and that Neil is an angel and Kevin is the devil.
It almost sounds as if this is one of Neil's friends writing this story.
It does. It definitely sounds like someone who knows Neil.
Or possibly Neil.
Yeah.
What did I say?
No, it could be Neil that wrote it.
Oh, yes, it could have been Neil that wrote it. You're right. I thought I said the wrong name because Tookie's very stupid. Neil, who, as far as we can tell, minds his business and focuses on his work, and who doesn't seem to have talked about Perry or friends, for that matter, very much at all publicly. Kevin appears to still fancy himself a stand-up adjacent. Whoa. Kevin appears to still fancy himself stand-up adjacent, regularly commenting on mainstream comedians that Neil undoubtedly rubs shoulders with. Although what he pulled here is far from a laughing matter. Neil doesn't seem to have reacted to his brother's post. We reached out to him for comment. Nonetheless, so far, no word back. And again, it does not say who wrote this article. But yes, it could have very much been Neil. It was very much wiping Neil's butt with their tongue.